It's my sister. Hold on. I can't get it together. My ponytail's a little tight, girl. Why do I clap? I believe only in love. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I am going to be talking about my ayahuasca experience in Cusco, Peru. I'm kind of all over the place with it, so I've made notes, so hopefully this makes sense. So about a month ago, I flew to Peru to do ayahuasca, and it was literally the best experience of my life. I just wanted to walk you guys through the experience of ayahuasca, how everything operates. If you're interested in it, maybe this video will help. So I went to Arcana in Cusco, Peru, which is where I did my ayahuasca. If anyone's traveling to Peru, I highly recommend doing Arcana. They were amazing staff, amazing shamans. Everything was incredible. I'm just gonna walk you solely through the ayahuasca process and not my entire week there. So when you get there, you meet with a facilitator and they introduce themselves, go over the schedule for the week, and then right after that, you're gonna have your intention ceremony. They call you in one by one, and basically when you go in there, you're gonna explain to them what your intentions are. I would recommend no more than 10 intentions just because it's so much to focus on in that moment. All of those intentions, like narrow them down into pivotal intentions that you really need clarity on, or you really hope to gain out of this, or whatever your intent is. Just make sure they're pivotal points, no more than 10 intentions. After the intention ceremony, they had us just relax for the rest of the night. The next day is our first ayahuasca ceremony. Our first ayahuasca ceremony comes the next day after the intention ceremony. Before you do the ayahuasca ceremony, they do an Aya talk, which is basically they prep you for the ayahuasca. They tell you the do's, the don'ts, the side effects of all of this that can be happening. I feel like mostly everyone already knows about the purging, so that was one of the huge side effects, which is vomiting or purging in the restroom. So those were a big factor for everyone during my experience. I saw a lot of purging. So after the Aya talk, they had us go do whatever we needed to do for almost an hour until we had to meet back in the ceremony room. We got in the ceremony room, there were mats everywhere, everyone had assigned beds, and we all laid down. The shamans come in and they cleanse the room. They use their Palo Santos. I actually have some right here I filmed this twice. I filmed this yesterday, so the Palo Santos is still on my dresser. This is what it looks like a wood chip. So the shamans come in, they cleanse the room, they start prepping the medicine, and at this point, I'm super nervous. You know what? I wouldn't say I was super nervous. I think I was just more like, this is the unknown, and I have no idea what's about to happen. Everyone takes theirs. Finally, it's my turn. I'm sorry, y'all. I literally, every time I talk about drinking this, I cannot help but make a face. I literally can't. I go up, I drink it. This stuff is so disgusting. With all due respect, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted in my life. It was not good. Anyways, I proceed. I take my shot of ayahuasca that the shaman has given me. I go back to my mattress and I lay down. And I had an eye mask at this point. So I put my eye mask on to lower distractions in my room. I'm not even kidding. Probably like 10-15 minutes after I drank the ayahuasca, I just started almost like hearing voices. Does that make sense? It was clear as day a voice to me that just kept saying, "Hi, mommy." And I was just like, oh, you're tripping. But I didn't even equate it to the ayahuasca. I was just like, why the hell are you thinking about kids right now? And then while I'm thinking this, not even kidding, a few minutes later, like a vision start happening for me. Keep in mind, while these visions are happening, you are still fully aware. Like you can open your eyes and realize I'm in a room with other people who have done ayahuasca. I am in Peru. Like you are completely sound in your right mind. You're just having a trip. I start having these visions and they're very vivid, very clear. It felt really good. Like I laughed a lot during my trip. I don't want to bore you guys with my own personal trip just because like who really cares besides the person who it happened to? So I guess I'll just tell you in a nutshell my trip. my experience. So I started having visions. I was in a field, a huge green field, alone with a long white dress on. And I looked down and I'm super pregnant. Long story short, throughout my visions, I birthed my daughter, I birthed my son. Me and my husband were together in my visions, and I got to see my brother. For those of you who don't know, I have 2 siblings. I have a sister and a brother. My brother passed away 4 years ago. So one of my intentions going into this was I want to see my brother. Like, I just, not even for a specific reason of like, oh, I want to hang out, I want to ask him this. It was just, I wanted to see him. I was really ecstatic that that actually came through for me, and I was able to see my brother, talk with him. He was telling me that he's watching my kids on the other side for me. And even in one of my visions, like, me and him were sitting in a field talking while we were watching my son and my daughter play. And it was just so beautiful. I was crying so hard that I literally had to take my eye mask off because it was so, just from how hard I was crying when I saw my brother. And it wasn't like a I'm sad cry. It was like a, oh my God, I am so grateful, like, let me hug you. So it was really, really good. I was told things by the spirits while I was having my experience. Like, I was told I have 1 foot on earth and 1 foot on the other side of the veil, so I don't really take things too harshly here on earth. And I giggled so hard because it's so true. Like, I don't tend to harp on things for too long, just because I'm like, okay, whatever. No matter what it is, like, I don't harp on things for too long. I keep it pushing, like, okay, whatever. In general, my visions and my personal experience was amazing. I know some other people, and specifically in my ayahuasca group, not everyone had the best trips, but I feel like you get what you need out of these trips, if that makes any sense. Like, just because you feel like you had the worst visions or trip, like, that was clearly something you needed or something you needed to heal from. Whatever the case may be, I just feel like when you go to do this, you get exactly what you need, not what you want. And that's the difference. Which brings me to saying, when you go into doing this, I feel like surrendering is the best option. Before you go to drink the ayahuasca, they almost encourage you to say intentions before you drink it. But for me personally, my brain doesn't work like that. Like, it was too much thinking. Like, which intention? Should I pick 3 of them? Should I pick 5? Do I only have time to say 2 of them? So I ended up, the first night, like, scatterbrained with my intentions, so it wasn't concrete to me. The second night though, I more so was just like, you know what, Mama Ayahuasca, I surrender. Show me what I need to be shown. And that is when I had the profound visions and the magical experience that I've been waiting for. Whether it was perceived as good or bad for me, I knew that whatever I was going into is what I needed. I feel like the main points that I just wanted to say out of this whole experience was, if you're watching this, you clearly are interested in ayahuasca, so go for it. Do it. Life-changing. I think everyone on this planet needs ayahuasca. It just helps put everything in perspective for you, at least for me. And I feel like it helps realign you with everything, and it just puts you on a better path, in my personal opinion. I will say, if you don't know, research the ayahuasca diet before you go. At least make sure you're following this diet 2 weeks before you go. And I really think that that's all I have to say about the ayahuasca trip. So read up on the ayahuasca diet, set your intentions for when you go. Surrender while you're there. Just enjoy the experience. Let it be what it is, and don't try to control so much of it. Just let Mama Ayahuasca do her thing. She knows what you need. I really think that that's it. I'm not doing it any justice with what I'm saying. All right, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed my ayahuasca experience. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer. To anyone who is wondering if they should do ayahuasca, stop thinking about it and just go do it. If it led you to this video, it's clearly the right thing to do. I say go for it. But until then, that is all for this week, you guys. I will catch y'all next Tuesday. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and motherfucking subscribe. I'm out, y'all. I'm out.